So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we successfully finished 24 slokas in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Dhyana Yoga. So just following the 10 slokas, we will be able to control our mind, make our mind as our best friend. In the 6th chapter, 6th sloka, Krishna told us, Krishna is saying that for a person who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, the mind will remain the worst enemy. So, as long as we have not conquered our mind will remain as our worst enemy. So, it's very important that we should control our mind. Our mind should be under our control. So, in order to control our mind, we already studied at length. Krishna taught us that very clearly in those 10 slokas, that we have to control a lot of other things, other activities. Our eating, our sleeping, our other activities, everything. So, for example, if we are a student studying, we should make sure that our workload should not be too much. And if we are working in a job, then we should make sure that our workload should not be too much. So that's very important, because if we are not able to regulate, if we are not able to control and regulate what we are doing, how much we are doing in a day-to-day life, in our daily life. So then, if we are not able to control, if we get so much workload, then if we will not be able to find time to control our mind, then it is impossible. Then it is not possible to make our mind as our best friend. We will be simply all the time very busy, because time will run out. Time is just flying. Time doesn't it doesn't stop for anything. So we should not be wasting time. So that means daily we should be able to follow this process. What Krishna is teaching us about how to control the mind, we should be able to find time to do that. So, and also we should be able to find time to teach Bhagavad Gita, to spread the Krishna's message. That's also very, very important. Because the very easiest and the best way to please Krishna is actually to spread Krishna's message to others, to make more devotees, by giving this knowledge, by sharing this Bhagavad Gita knowledge with Krishna's devotees. So that's a very important service waiting for all of us, for every one of us. It's a very, very important science, very, very important opportunity. We should make use of it. Very important service. So we should make use of this opportunity to make more devotees. So then follow Krishna's instructions about how to control our mind. So sit straight, don't look at any other directions, and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and then focus on the transcendental sound vibration. So all these things we should be able to do while regulating our eating, our sleeping, our recreational activities, everything we should be able to regulate. Yuktahara vikarasya yukta chaistasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. So all these things should be yukta, regulated. So then we will be able to control our mind. Then it is possible to make our mind as our best friend. Because when everything is regulated, that means we are no longer forced, we are no longer pressurized to do things. That's the main thing we should understand. Because when we are all the time very much under load, under stress, so then our mind, we cannot relax. That is the main thing. We should not load our mind so much in this material way with so much of thinking, so much of all these things will create a lot of problems in our life. Basically, we will lose our health. First of all, we cannot live longer. That's for sure. So if we make our life really very busy and not able to find enough time to sleep, not able to get good food to eat, good prasadam to eat, so that means we are reducing our lifetime in this way. That's for sure. We are going to die very soon. Especially people, we find people can easily get obese, easily get all kinds of health disorders. Because of the obesity itself causes a lot of problems. So blood pressure, diabetes, that, all kinds of problems, they all come because everything is because if we are not able to manage if you are not able to properly maintain a good diet. That is the main thing. If you are not able to sleep well. So these are all very, very important we need to understand from Bhagavad Gita. That's why Krishna is teaching us that we need to do all these things in order to control our mind. Then only our mind will become our best friend. So then only we will be able to control our mind will become our best friend if we do all these things. So that way, just following all these instructions given by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita and going through all these slokas every day and following what Krishna says on a daily basis, we will be able to make our mind as our best friend. Once our mind is stable, our mind is steady, so then we will when we are able to feel that happiness, when we are able to enjoy that happiness, that's what is called real happiness. The happiness itself, the real happiness itself is when our mind is very steady, when our mind is not disturbed. That's what is happiness. We should not be disturbed by anything in this world. Nothing should bother us. So how that is going to be possible? That's going to be possible only when we are doing things for Krishna, when we are connected with Krishna. So if we are not connected with Krishna, then our intelligence is lost. When our intelligence is lost, then we will not have steady mind. So if we are not having steady mind, then there is no peace of mind. If there is no peace of mind, then there is no happiness. Nasti buddhi ayuktasya, nacha ayuktasya bhavana, nacha abhavayataga santi, asantasya kutas sukha. So in order to have peace of mind, in order to enjoy, in order to be happy, we should control our mind. So we should have the intelligence to control our mind. So that means we should serve Krishna to gain the intelligence. Only if we work for Krishna, only if we are able to connect ourselves with Krishna, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and do everything as an offering unto Krishna, then Krishna is going to give us the intelligence. Then Krishna is going to shower His mercy upon us. Then we will be able to control our mind. So that's why this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is the key thing. It's a very important thing. We need to understand this Bhagavad Gita fully. And then follow in our life. Follow everything. All the instructions given by Krishna, we should follow. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching us very clearly, very nicely what we should do, what we should not do. Everything is so clear, crystal clear, everything. So if we just follow what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, then our life will be very, very super, very blissful, very purposeful. You will not suffer in this world at all. Then we know when death comes, we are not really worried because we are waiting. We are waiting to go to Krishna. We are progressing. We are going towards Krishna. So this life, everything is temporary. So there is no point in having attachment on anything in this life. Everything is temporary. It's simply a matter of time. When our body stops working, then we need to get out of this body. And so many reasons this body can stop working. There are so many ways this body can get into trouble. So this body itself is a machine. It's a yantra. So it's just a yantra. Yantra means a machine. A machine can fail. When a machine fails to work, so then we will have to leave this body. We will have to get out of this body. We need to make sure that our machine works very well. We need to maintain our body very well. That's what is very important. So in order to maintain our body, we should eat enough. We should eat well. We should sleep enough. All these things are needed for maintaining our health, maintaining our body. So then only we can think about controlling our mind. So the controlling mind is possible only if we are able to maintain our body. So that way, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when we want to serve Krishna, then Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is also going to reciprocate. Krishna is going to be with us. Krishna is going to show us the way, how we should live, what we should do, and everything. And Krishna is going to provide the necessary, all our needs. So everything Krishna will take care of us, everything. So that way, this knowledge really is going to help us. We are very fortunate, we are studying this Bhagavad Gita, we are gaining this knowledge. And Krishna taught us that in the sloka number 20 to 23, we studied that once we gain this happiness, once we are able to enjoy this happiness, we should think that there is no happiness higher than this. There is no other happiness higher than this. So, yam labdvacha param labha manyate na atikam tat. So what is that happiness? That happiness is that our mind is not at all disturbed by anything in this world, because our mind is focused on finding happiness within ourselves. Atmanyevat manotustak. So we are able to find happiness, satisfaction within ourselves. Yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya yatra chaivatman atmanam pasyan atmani tusyati. Yatra chaivatman atmanam pasyati atmani tusyati. So when we are able to find, the mind is able to find happiness within ourselves, within our atma. So then we are very happy. We need to that means we need to realize all the time that we are the soul. We are not this body. That's what is very important. We are not this body. We are the soul. So that means we need to take care of us. We need to take care of ourselves. That's what is very important. In this material world, when we work so hard to earn so much of material things, all those things are not going to take care of our soul. Nothing. If you become a billionaire, that money is not going to take care of our soul. So that doesn't mean that we should not work, we should not do anything. We should, of course, work for Krishna. We should put all efforts for Krishna. But we should also make sure that we should take care of our soul, means we should be able to find time to take care of our health, take care of our body, take care of our mind. Chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So sleep enough. All these things are very, very important. We should not be overly attached to the material things in this world. So we should not stress ourselves, then struggle in this world and suffer in this world. So that point we need to be very careful, very, very careful with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is the Sarvaloka Maheswaram. He is the proprietor, he is the owner, he is the controller, he is the supreme controller of all the planets, all the universe. So, and Krishna is also our well-wisher. And Krishna is going to take care of us. Krishna is giving all our needs, but we need to listen to Krishna. That's what is very, very important, that we should listen to Krishna. Get the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. And then follow Krishna's instructions. Because Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is repeatedly teaching us and asking us, you do this, do like this, don't do this. Like that, Krishna is giving a lot of instructions very clearly. Krishna is saying that you always remember me, never forget me, always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, offer your obeisances unto me, you will come to me. So if you remember me at the time of death, you will come to me. So at the time of death, we should not be remembering anything in this material world. We should be remembering only Krishna. How is it going to be possible? How is that going to be possible that we will be able to remember only Krishna at the time of death, not anyone else in this world? Not anything in this world. How is it going to be possible? How are we going to do that? It will be possible only if we are able to remember Krishna now. If we are able to forget everything in this material world now, then only we will be able to remember Krishna at the time of death. So that's why this knowledge, Bhagavad Gita knowledge, is very, very important for us. So when we are studying Bhagavad Gita, when we are listening to Bhagavad Gita, that means we are listening to Krishna. We are connecting ourselves with Krishna. And this knowledge is going to bring us happiness. This knowledge is going to bring us the supreme peace of mind. So, Shraddhavan labate jnanam tatparaga samyatendriga jnanam labdva param shantim nachirena adhigacchati. So we are going to get the supreme peace of mind very quickly if we get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So peace of mind is the source of happiness. So we will be happy only if our mind is peaceful, if our mind is not disturbed. So peace of mind is the source of happiness. That peace of mind comes only with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So when we are able to connect our Krishna with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, then only we will get peace of mind. We are not going to get peace of mind by any other means. In this material world, everywhere, in our daily life, when we do so many different things in this world with attachments to material sense objects, we are simply going to lose peace of mind. We will lose happiness. We won't be happy at all. No one in this world can be happy. Only a devotee of Krishna, who is connected with Krishna, who is no longer disturbed by anything in this material world. Only that person can be happy. Vihaya kamanya sarvan pumam sarati nispragaga nirmamo nirahankaraga sasantim adhigacchati. Only that person who is able to give up all varieties of desires for sense gratification. Vihaya kamanya sarvan, and who gets into a desireless state. Pumam sarati nispragaga, no desires, without any desires. Nispragaga. Nirmamo nirahankara, without claiming any proprietorship and without having any false ego. So then only that person will be happy. Sasantim adhigacchati. That person will get supreme happy. So in the sloka what we studied yesterday, Krishna taught us that after we achieve this yoga, after we achieve the status of yoga, then we should consider that that is the ultimate situation, ultimate position. Then we should give up all our varieties of desires for sense gratification, and we should simply control our senses with the help of the mind and stay with that happiness only. Sanischayena yoktavyo yogo anirvinna chetasa sankalpa prabhavan kaman tyaktva sarvan asesatagam. So sankalpa prabhava kaman tyaktva sarvan asesatagam manasevendriya gramam viniyamya samantatagam. That's what Krishna is saying. Manasevendriya grama. So with the help of the mind, we should control our senses completely, all our senses. Indriya grama means completely we should control our senses with the help of our mind. So first we need to control our mind by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, by following all the instructions given by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, in the 6th chapter, in the sloka number 10 to 20, 10 to 19. So in the 10 slokas, Krishna has given us clear instructions, complete instructions about how to control our mind. So just follow all the step-by-step instructions, everything, and follow all the steps and just control our mind. So then we will be able to control our senses. Manasayvendriya gram. Viniyamya samantata. We'll be able to regulate. We'll be able to regulate our senses with the help of the mind. So yastvindriyani manasa niyamya arabate arjuna. So with the help of the mind, we should regulate our senses. Yes, Indriyani. Indriyani means senses. Indriyani manasa, by mind, we should regulate our senses. Yes, Indriyani manasa niyamya arabate arjuna. The same thing here, manasevendriya gramam viniyamya samantata. Then in the next sloka, Krishna is continuing in the sloka number 25. Sanaihi uparame buddhya dhriti grihitaya Atma samstam manakritva nakinchitapi chintayet. So slowly, gradually, step by step, sanaigi. So this process of controlling the mind, it's not going to happen on day one. Okay, let me start. Krishna told us the instruction. Let me start controlling the mind. We are not going to control the mind on day one itself. But slowly, when we start doing this process with great determination, then it is possible for us to control the mind. Vairagya. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. So with vairagya, with determination, with vairagya, with detachment. So if you are able to do the practice, abhyasena tu kaunteya, if you are able to do the practice, then we will be able to control our mind. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. So that process, step by step, slowly, gradually, we are going to progress. So we need to start doing that. We should not be wasting any time. We should start doing that. The time starts now. There is no better time other than this human life. We need to utilize all the time in controlling our mind. Once our mind is completely under our control, then we are surely the winner. Then our life is, then we will achieve the goal of our life is control our mind. Then if mind is our best friend, if mind is under our control, we don't have to worry about if mind is our enemy, then all the time we should be worried about our mind. It's going to bring us trouble. But if the mind is fully under control, then we don't have to think or worry about anything. Then our life will be so much happy, so much blissful when the mind is completely under our control. That's why Krishna is teaching us that Sanaigi uparame buddhya driti grihit. So buddhya means with intelligence, driti means with determination. We should hold. We should bring back. Uparame means we should control. We should control our mind like that, slowly and steadily. When we should start controlling our mind. Sanaigi uparame buddhya driti grihitaya atma samstam manakritva. So we should keep the mind under the control of the self. Atma samstam mana. Atma samstam mana. Nakinchit api chintaya. Don't think about anything. Don't worry about anything. Nakinchit api chintaya means don't think about anything, means don't worry about anything. You should not be worrying. We should not be thinking about anything else in this material world. There is nothing to worry in this world. There is nothing. We don't have to worry about anything. We don't have to think about it. Only persons who are demons, who have got so much of material attachments, only they will have a lot of worries. Their worries are unlimited. In the 16th chapter, we will study that Krishna says that Chintam aparimeyam cha pralayantam upashitaga kamopabhoga paramayetavatiti nishchitaga asapasa satay baddaga kamakroda parayanaga igante kamabhogartam anyayena artha sanchayan. So chintam aparimeyam. So chintam aparimeyam means unlimited worries. Whereas here Krishna is teaching us that nakinchit api chintayet. Don't think about anything. Don't worry about anything. You don't have to worry at all, because we have got the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, because we have got Krishna himself. When Krishna is there with us, then what is the need? Where is the need for us to worry? There is no need to worry. There is no need to worry about anything in this world. Krishna is, we need only Krishna. That is the main. And we have got Krishna. Krishna is with us. It's not that we need Krishna. Krishna is always with us. So we need to realize that Krishna is with us. That's what is very, very important. Once we realize that fact, once we understand that Krishna is with us all the time, then nakinchittapi chintaye. Then we don't have to think or worry about anything. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished this sloka number 25 today in the 6th chapter in the Dhyana Yoga. So we will continue to study. Tomorrow we'll see what Krishna is saying again. Hare Krishna. I'll stop now. We'll discuss if any questions are there. Hare Krishna.